Hello. Give me a minute. And by a minute, I mean a second. Okay, that's good. Alright, so I actually did a good amount of things off screen. Not like booking stuff, but I've decided it's time for WarGames 2011 because I've come up with a story. I'm very happy for WarGames, and I think, the year just started. We can do some gimmicks early. Last year we were doing a bit differently. We were doing takeover and stand and deliver, and those went great. This year we're doing war games. Also, I did some upkeep on WWE. I reinstated Money in the Bank and Royal Rumble because for some reason those were taken out. I edited their pay-per-view schedules so that they're all uniform and that the events make more sense. It's all stuff that can actually be booked in the context of the game. Not really Money in the Bank, but that's in there because it's in there. Money in the Bank's awesome. I don't care. Fatal 4-Way can be booked in the game, and I don't hate the concept, honestly, but, it's just not a thing. So I wanted to replace it with things that are actually things. I replaced Elimination Chamber. As much as I love the chamber, it's not really doable by AI. And it's weird to have a chamber match without or a chamber pay-per-view without the chamber match. The big thing I did was I changed the pictures. Oh my god. Let's look through the new updated pictures. We have AJ Lee, Exana, Big E, Bo Dallas, Brad Attitude, Brooke Adams, Camacho, Carter Gray. I had to make this picture. He didn't have one. Chad Parham. I also had to make this picture. He's a little too low. Everyone else is like high up. Their face is high up and his face is real low. But I think this is a nice picture of him otherwise. I didn't realize they were all high up like this. I had to edit Carter Gray's as well because he was low like that too at first. Christy Ricci, Conrad Tanner, Derek Bateman, Dexter Loomis, Steve Carter, Dusty Rhodes, Dutch Mantell, Eddie Kingston, Eric Rowan, Goose Mahoney, Jenny Cash, Jay Uso, Jillian Bayor, Jimmy Uso, Jinder Mahal, Justin King, who I've taken away his bullshit Noah Wilson, I think, name, because I don't like giving referees weird gimmick names. Chris Logan, Chrissy Vane, Leo Kruger, Lucky Cannon, Naomi Knight, Percy Watson, Queen Maxine, Rachel Lynn, Rod Zapata, Roman Reigns, Sage Beckett, Shane Douglas, Shane Hollister, Sid Justice, Steve Kern, Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Tamina Snuka, Titus O'Neil, Tom Pritchard, Tommy Gray, Tommy Mercer, Tommy Taylor, Tony Schiavone, Vincent Nero, Wes Briscoe. That is the roster. And I think they look very nice with these new pictures. I think it's added something nice because I can be more flexible with these pictures, you know? The other ones there's like one of each. These ones they're not only uniform but they have that flexibility of I can show off different eras of these people. They look nicer as well. Like this Big E picture is more of the Big E I'm presenting. The same with the I don't know, Chad just looks way better despite his picture being off. Camacho is actually Camacho. Things like that. Christie's Glory, which I think is neat. I just think they're a lot nicer in general. Lucky Cannons, I like very much. He's my champ. I gotta like it. So my champions right now, Lucky Cannon, Eric Rowan and Vincent Nero, Queen Maxine, Tamina Snuka and Sage Beckett, the first ever women's tag champs. It's time to build the war games. All right, Tommy Mercer is telling stories. Roman Reigns is also telling stories. That's awesome. How much road stories does Roman Reigns have? It's his rookie year. I'm always trying to make Oksana friends. Alright, so I've been using everyone. I think it's been very nice. Level up. Sage Beckett is considered unimportant despite her big wins. Hmm. Shane Hollister, Carter Gray. Okay. I'm gonna make a quick tag team match against some jobbers. Um, there's not that many actually. It feels like a slim pool. Oh, Jody Christopherson. Hello. And he can team with. He'll team with VIP. I don't care. Oh, well, Jeff Cobb. Yeah, no, that's actually. I'll go with that. Jeff Cobb's awesome. Hi, Daniel. By the way, hello. I'm gonna change Jody's name, even though it's just a one-off appearance. I want this in the database. He's Garrett Dillon. I think that's how you spell Garrett in this case. If it's not, whatever. Garrett Dillon. And Garrett Dillon and Jeff Cobb are here to lose to Gray and Hollister. Make them look nice. Make it look open. Put off Dillon and Cobb as threats. And Dillon's gonna eat the pin. Let's see. I want women. Um, Maxine is the champ with cooled momentum. Come on, come on. Oksana, maybe? There's not a lot of women. Again, we can't get you, who I would like. I'll grab you, because I haven't been grabbing you as much. And you can job do Oksana in like 5 minutes. Oksana's not gonna dominate, but it's gonna be a quick match where Oksana wins decisively. Um, let's see. Who else do I need to put over? The Wyatts are doing pretty well now that they're champions. They've really moved up the card. I could always do Jillian and sign another local woman. Alright, let's grab Kristen Flake. I've been doing Garrett too much recently. Santana, that is, not Dylan. Kristen Flake against Jillian. And again, this does not need to be long. How much have I done this? Never. Oh, okay. Jillian wins, and it's decisive. That's good. I'm gonna put all the people in this for fun. Give them nice TV time. This looks good. I could make these a little longer, actually. And then I'll add an angle with all of them. So Poppy Sanchez, Camacho, Lee Kruger, Jillian, Rachel, Brooke. Um, let's add Kristen Flake and even Exana. The the usual level up comedy skit where everyone is involved. That's great. It's really not bad. A 20 for Jillian. I'm very happy about that. Exana put on a 16, but it's a 22 match. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And Carter and Shane actually just put on good matches, it seems. They expected more angles and interview segments. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was doing fine. Thank you very much. Okay, now I want the Wyatts in the ring cutting a promo. It's going to be Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, and Vincent Nero. And they're going to cut a promo. They're going to say basically, hey, Lethal Weapon, you did this. You took out two of our own. Dexter says this. You took out two of our own, and then two more heads grew back. This will always happen. If you try to take us down, we'll come back stronger than ever. My brothers, Leo, Le, Eli Cottonwood, and Christoph Herzog may be gone, but my new brothers, Eric Rowan and Vincent Nero, are stronger than ever. They are the tag team champions. And you caused this. You picked a fight with us. You were the champions. You let the championships fall into the hands of what you would call evil. Sid Justice walks out. Um, Conrad Tanner and Dino Carter follow. Conrad Tanner and Dino Carter are screaming, but Sid grabs the microphone. Sid says, Dexter Loomis, I'm not afraid of you. I've fought you before. And I think it's the only way to truly deal with the Wyatts. And then Tanner and Carter are like, what are you talking about? They're like, what? They don't have mics, but they're like, huh? And then he's like, Dexter Loomis, I challenge you to War Games. And everyone's like, what? Oh my god, War Games? What? And then Steve Kern and Tom Pritchard come out and they say, do you agree to those terms? I'm happy to make the match right now. And then Dexter Loomis says, we beat you in War Games before. My team beat you. We are the only two still in the company from that war. No, that's not true. We're huh, how should I say this? We no, I'm not pretend they don't say anything about that. Um I accept. We beat you in War Games once before. We're gonna beat you again. Holy shit, War Games match. Uh Lethal Weapon come out. Sid challenges them to War Games. They accept. That's great. So, Steve Kern says that each team is going to have to find two partners because it will be a 5-on-5 War Games match. So that's important. Each team needs to find two partners. And, well, the Wyatts, they kind of already have an easy one. Because they've been working with somebody for a while now. And here, let me see. Jinder Mahal is, of course, who I was talking about. Jinder Mahal and Dexter Loomis against Sid Justice and Sid Justice and what's a Lucky Cannon? Yeah. Okay. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'll book that later, but Dexter Loomis unveils his first partner, Jinder Mahal. This happens. It's basically like a long entrance. The other Wyatts are there as well. Eric Rowan and Vincent Nero. Then Lucky Cannon comes out. Promo on Mahal says he's on Team Sid. Sid comes out for their match. So Lucky Cannon says he's on Team Sid because, of course, he's been feuding with Jinder and he's still pissed at Jinder for what he did at their last show. Okay, that's good. Then the match happens. At ringside will be Conrad Tanner, Dino Carter, Eric Rowan, and Vincent Nero. That's good. And it'll be a nice long match. And Jinder Mahal is going to get the win over Sid Justice by cheating. Okay, that's good. Now, what else do I have going on? I've ran this for a couple pay-per-views now. I don't really want to keep this going. So I'm gonna end this storyline. I do want to keep the trophy hunters going on for another show. I think that's a big enough storyline that I can keep it going for a long time. At least these 3 shows for now. 3 big pay-per-views. Because I think it needs that kind of resolution. And I'm trying to think. So I was thinking to do pimps and I'd like to find a team to join Chris Logan, actually, is what I want. And I don't know if any of these teams really fit the bill. Maybe the franchise should be the ones. Yeah, I'll have it be the franchise. I like that. Okay, hold on. And I'm gonna add them to this storyline as well. So the Rosebuds are gonna take on the franchise. At ringside is Jillian, Rachel, and Brooke. And the winner is let me actually see how they're doing. Shane Douglas, Warm Momentum, well known. Okay, popularity. Titus O'Neil. Okay. And Percy Watson. Okay. I'm gonna have Shane Douglas get the win over Camacho, and that'll be open, and it will be due to outside interference on Camacho by Chris Logan. That's good. They can only go 10 minutes, so I'm going to have them go the full 10 minutes. I'm going to add an angle to this. And, Chris Logan starts beating down the Rosebuds, tells franchise to join him. They do. So he basically goes, "Hey, Shane, I just helped you win. We can be in this together. Help me beat up these losers." And he's like, "Yeah, man." And that's on Sweet Poppy Sanchez Camacho and Leo Kruger. And I can throw Jillian in there. No, Rachel? I feel like I do Jillian more often than Rachel, so I'll do a little Rachel. And that's a defeat for you guys and a success for you guys. All right. So, I have a new women's tag division. That's fun. Mm. Oh, right. I had AJ and Maxine. Okay. That was a big deal as I had Maxine win the match. And now AJ's upset. Right. AJ Lee calls out Maxine. Maxine comes out. She goes like, "Hey, what are you doing? Is there anything you have to say to me that you can't say in the back, in private? Like, we're friends." AJ says, "You took my title. You better give it back." And Maxine laughs and she's like, "Okay, stop kidding around. I'm the champion. We should be happy. I was happy when you were champion. Why aren't you happy when I'm champion?" And then she goes, "That's my title. You better give it back." And then she says, "No, I'm not giving it back." And AJ Lee pounces on her and they fight. No. I like that. I like that angle. I'm gonna have Naomi and Brooke take on. Actually, let me hire Garrett. Let me hire Garrett. These women kind of have to act like extensions of my roster because it's a little slim in terms of women, at least. I want Brooke and Naomi to face off against Santana Garrett and Kristen Flake. And I'm gonna have Brooke Adams pin Kristen Flake. And then Brooke and Naomi promo where they basically just say like, "Hey, we've become good friends while in this title race together. We may have lost to Maxine, but maybe that's for the best because maybe we should be going for the women's tag titles." On Sage and Tamina, they come out and say, "You're on." And so Sage and Tamina come out and they're basically like, "Yeah, we'll accept all challengers. I don't care who you are. We're taking you." Because that's how Tamina was as champion. That's how she's going to be as tag champion as well. I have Eddie Kingston versus Big E was just like a one-time thing. I'm not going to continue that. Actually, well, I deleted the storyline, but I do want a little bit of that. So Kingston asks Biggie if he, you know, admits Kingston is worthy. Biggie says yes. So Biggie was pissed that Eddie Kingston was taking a spot that he felt was unjustly his because Big E has been here this whole time. He felt he deserves a spot. Well, Kingston beat Big E clean, and Big E, the man he is, he comes out and he says, "You're right. You do deserve to be at this level. I concede, but just know I'm gonna be chasing that title just like you." And he says, "I fully expect that. Bring it on." This is good. This is all of this, really. A Bloodline versus Tommy Gun. Mm, right. Okay, okay, okay. Alright. I know my next storyline. Add storyline. Big E, Brad, Attitude. So, after this promo, Brad Attitude comes out. And he says, "I don't respect either of you. I think you're both lame. And you, especially Biggie, are a loser because you're over here admitting a man is better than you. I would never do that because I don't believe any man is better than me." And then Big E, he's annoyed by this. He doesn't give a shit about this guy. And he's like, "Dude, you're not involved in this. I don't know who you are. Who are you? Leave us alone." And then Eddie Kingston laughs and just leaves. Brad Attitude gets in his face and he says, "You are nothing. You are a loser." And he really lays into him. And then Big E hits the big ending on him and leaves. That's all that happens there for now. And I'm gonna go minor success, minor defeat a little bit. Alright, that's good. I like that. Get Brad attitude in a story. What else do I have going on? I have the Bo Levers. I have Roman Reigns. Maybe Roman Reigns versus Bo Dallas. I've probably done that actually. I have. Maybe Roman Reigns versus West Briscoe? Uh, I've done that. Maybe Roman Reigns versus Derek Bateman? Uh, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. And I want Roman Reigns to win that. At ringside, I will put in the Usos and Wes Briscoe and Bo Dallas. They're all going to be there. And it's just going to be a match to happen. Okay, I want this lower. This to be here, about here. Big E angle, that's good. Brooke and Naomi happens, that's good. Rosebuds versus franchise, that happens, that's good. Partners for the main, that's good. Reigns versus Bateman is here, that's good. I want one more match. And let me see who I haven't used on the roster, really. I have Tommy Goon. I have... Oh, this is perfect. I can do a 2v2 against... It'll be Gray and Hollister against Tommy Goon. And they're all pretty well known. Tommy Mercer might be a little more popular. Yeah, okay, okay. I'll do Gray and Mercer, and I'll have Mercer eat the pin. No, I don't want Mercer to eat the pin. Hold on, hold on. I'm lying. I want Gray and Taylor. And I want Tommy Gray to pin Carter Gray. Because why not? And that'll be open. And the winner attacks... Tommy Mercer attacks Carter Gray for the win. You know, that's their style, is they attack people. Okay, I'll cut 2 minutes off this. And I need storytelling matches, that's right. I think this should be a storytelling match. They're gonna, you know, tell the story of them being partners, learning each other, and getting the win together. This is all good. I like this show. I am going to run it. Okay. Big WarGames promo. That's awesome. These 6 confirmed for WarGames. Gray and Hollister versus Tommy Goon. Tommy Goon gets the win. And again, Gray and Hollister are putting in great performances. AJ calls out Maxine. Roman Reigns defeats Derek Idiot with a spear. Big E Eddie Kingston angle. Brad Attitude gets involved. Brooke and Naomi defeat Garrett and Flake. That's pretty good. Naomi is getting better. I appreciate it. Sage and Tamina come out. Tease a fight. Franchise defeats the Rosebuds, which is pretty good. Sweet Poppy Sanchez carrying matches as usual. Big angle with everyone, franchise and Logan beating down the Rosebuds. Dexter Loomis unveils his partner, Jinder Mahal, to join him in WarGames. And then Lucky Cannon announces that he is not done with Jinder after what he did to him, and he wants to join the WarGames effort because he has beef with the Wyatts as well. And then the main event, Jinder Mahal and Dexter Loomis defeat Lucky Cannon and Sid Justice by cheating, because that's really Jinder's MO. That seemed pretty good to me. 47. I like that show a lot. The shows are getting more complex now with this bigger roster. I'm getting a lot more time to showcase new people as well. And booking takes longer. At the start of the series, we booked an hour of television a week. This was it, hour a week. We had a pre-show. We had dark matches, I mean, which was, that was good. They were getting 0 ratings. And now, everything has changed. We're running 2 hours of television a week, which I think is a good amount for a company our size. I do. It's like just the right amount. We're going good on the popularity as well. 37. I'm happy with that. How's our top 100? New Year's Evil broke into the top 5, which is crazy because all the other shows in the top 5 were from early 2010. So we're kind of back. Look at this. March 2011, that NXT, that's a top 10 show we've ever done. We're back. We're back. Lucky Cannon, Christoph Herzog, Chad Parham, number 8. Gotta be happy with that. That tag match we just did, right here, number 18. Lucky Cannon, Lethal Weapon versus the Wyatt family. That's right here. That's great. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm gonna sim the next week. I just spilled coffee on myself while drinking it, like a normal person. When I go wipe that off. Not very coordinated. Um, Riley, if you're watching this, fuck off. They're always making fun of me for my bad coordination. Oh, we got a little notification. It's Sid, right? Because I wanted to sign him for a little longer. He's retiring soon. So this is kind of going to be his retirement, is this War Games. This is his last pay-per-view. And I think it's really fitting because him and Dexter Loomis were in that first War Games match. And I really like the idea of Sid remembering that and deciding it's going to be the best way to deal with them. Last time the Wyatts won, this time they don't have Mike Manson on their side, who is basically an unbeatable force. So that is how they think they're going to win that. And there are still two people in that match that are not announced yet. Christy Ricci? Who did I not use at that show? Only three people. This is how much of the roster I'm using. There's only three people I didn't use. And I'm gonna sign Flake and Garrett again. I mean, like, what else can I do, you know? Like, this is how it's gotta be. Kristen Flake and Santana Garrett, who are basically members of the roster, they're gonna go up against the Freedom Force. And, um, let's have Jenny Cash pin Santana Garrett. You know, that can go like 8 minutes or so. And before that, Freedom Force sings patriotic song. So that's Jenny Cash's gimmick recently, is that she's singing country songs before her matches. Um, I don't know if she can sing, but this is her gimmick. And Christy Ricci is gonna be there too, and they're gonna do an entertaining song about how much they love America. That's great. Chad Parham, you don't need to be on this show. I have plans for you on the main show. I do want to build these people up as much as I can, really. These, everyone who's in the unimportant tab. I'm gonna sign you for Jillian. And Jillian's gonna beat you real quick. And I'll make sure everyone else is there. That's good. And I want one more match. I want it to be another match. It's gonna be a show of jobber matches. You need JD Maverick and Devin Cutter. And they're gonna be taking on Gray and Hollister. You know, Gray and Hollister, they're a new team. They're getting that experience in, and they're putting on pretty fucking good matches. And I'm gonna cut this down a little bit so that I can include an angle with my people, with Camacho, Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Leo Kruger, Brooke Adams, Rachel, Jillian, Caroline Lieben, and Oksana. And that'll be 4 minutes, you know, shorter than usual, but I have a lot of matches I want on the show. And the Freedom Force angle as well. Alright, this is the show. Big angle. Jillian defeats Caroline. It got a 5. That sucks. Freedom Force sings a song. Freedom Force defeats the Jobber team. That's good. Grant Hollister defeats Maverick and Cutter. They're not a good team. That's sad. That's fine, though. I mean, it's not like they're even on my roster. Hollister and Gray are doing so well. They're doing so well. So, I want to start the show with Jinder Mahal in the ring. He's in the ring with the Wyatts, which is Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis, and Vincent Miro. And he's cutting a promo on, Lucky Cannon, and he's basically saying Lucky Cannon's a loser. He's beat Lucky Cannon multiple times, and it's sad that he's champion right now. It's sad for NXT to have to deal with him. And he also talks about Chad Parham here. He's like, Chad Parham, his loser friend. He was talking shit about me at the last show, but where is he now? Huh? Where is he now? Chad's music hits. Chad comes out. He says, "I'm right here. And you know what? So is Lucky Cannon. And I intend to beat you at WarGames." And crowd goes wild. They're like, "What? Chad's on the WarGames team? Oh my god!" Yeah, Chad's on the WarGames team, and they sell it. They sell it like, wow, like, oh shit. Jinder does not sell it, but the Wyatts are like, okay, I see you. Jinder does not sell it. Jinder goes, well, then this will be even easier than I thought. Then, um, the Wyatts, or this will be easier than I thought. Chad and Lucky Chad gets pissed. He starts attacking Jinder. The Wyatts start attacking Chad. Lucky attacks the Wyatts. The Lethal Weapon runs in. All 9 men involved in the War Games match are now fighting in the ring. You two will just be fighting. The rest of you are in entertainment. Actually, you'll all be entertainment. You'll be entertainment. Promo. Parham joins Team Sid. Big brawl. That's the angle. I want Brad Attitude versus Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston wins in like 3 minutes. And he looks incredible while doing it. He looks great. He doesn't quite dominate, but he looks very strong while doing it. And after that match, Wyatt's come out and take Eddie. They basically come up to Eddie and they're like, come with me. And he goes, huh? Okay, I'm coming with you. And they take him to the back, which is Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis, Vincent Miro, Eddie Kingston. And before that match, there's also going to be an angle where Brad Attitude promo on Big E and Kingston. Kingston runs out and challenges him to a match on the spot. So Brad's talking shit, and he's like, those losers don't have the balls to get in the ring with me. They're nothing. They think they are the main event, but that's bullshit because I'm obviously the main event. And Eddie Kingston comes out and he starts beating on Brad and they make a match. Because Eddie Kingston don't take no shit. And he proves himself in that match. Now, right, AJ Lee Maxine. Alright. Maxine calls out AJ. She says, "Why are you ignoring me? You haven't talked to me once other than that promo on last week's NXT. That's the only time we've had one conversation since halftime heat. And I am not okay with that. I'm your friend. And you should treat me like that. You should be happy I'm champion." AJ comes out and she says, "Prove you're my friend." And Maxine's like, "What?" "Prove you're my friend by putting the title on the line against me. If you're not going to give me the title, at least give me a shot." And Maxine goes, "Of course I'll give you a shot." And then AJ goes, "Right now." And then Maxine goes, bring it right now." Ref walks up, grabs the title, starts the match. So, as many matches as they've had together, they're having another one. It happens. So this is AJ Lee versus Queen Maxine for the NXT Women's Championship. They've had so many matches together, so many matches. But this is a different kind of match because this is after their friendship. Whereas the other matches have all kind of been before that. And the winner, nobody's going to even try to cheat in this one. They're both going to play fair. Maxine gets the win decisively. This is absolutely a storytelling match if I've ever seen one. And then after the match, AJ looks upset. You know, she looks like she's gonna cry. Maxine hugs her. AJ hugs back. They make up. This is it. Okay. Then, then, who said it could end there? Then, uh, Jillian and Rachel come out. Jillian and Rachel come out. And they say, "Great. That's great for you. I'm glad you can be friends again. But frankly, I don't give a shit because you're both assholes who cheat. And honestly, your friendship should not matter. I have a real friend here. Me and Rachel, we're friends." Sweet Poppy Sanchez and Camacho and Brooke and Leo Kruger follow as well. Um, we're friends, and we have all these other friends too. And this is what real friends are about. And then Leo Kruger goes like, "She's right. I had a friend once, and he acted like you guys, and he betrayed me. You need to keep an eye on each other's backs because they're gonna stab you in them I don't know. He'll say it better than that. And then Maxine grabs the mic and she says like, we're having a moment. Can you fucking lay off? Like, what are you doing here? What is wrong with you people? I'm having a moment with my friend. And then Jillian and Rachel, they say like, yeah, but you don't deserve that moment because you don't deserve to be champions because champions don't cheat. We have not had one honorable champion in the no, that's not true. Tamina was honorable. She was a heel, but she's honorable, and Serena was pretty honorable too. So they're not going to say that, but they'll you know they'll say we deserve an honorable champion, like Tamina was. She was a fighting champion. She did not cheat once. I may not agree with how she conducts her business, at least she was a fighting champion and she fought fair. And then Maxine says, you want to see a fighting champion? I'll fight any one of you glorified models who doesn't know how to wrestle. And then AJ's like, fuck yeah, because AJ's been having this problem with them for over a year now. And then she's like, yeah, that's the thing with you guys. Me and Maxine, we're wrestlers. You two are models. You can't wrestle. This pisses them off. They attack AJ Lee and Maxine. Then, it's not over. Then, Chris Logan and the franchise come out. And they cut a promo on Kruger and everyone, and they're like, this is what you've been lowered to now? You're fighting with the women? You're fighting for the women's championship, Leo Kruger? And then Leo Kruger goes, the women's championship should actually be valuable if Jillian or Rachel had it. AJ Lee makes it look like shit, and you make everyone who comes into contact with you look like shit. Like the franchise! And then franchise and Chris Logan start beating them up. So there's, big brawl. Big, big brawl. It's a big segment with a lot going on. It lasts a long time. This is some like WCW shit. And I'll give Jillian the spotlight in this one. Fuck it. 'Cause there's so many people that I would want to put there. Queen Maxine is being used far too much. Uh, she's the queen though. You ever think of that? No, I don't care if she's being used far too much. That's fine. This could be a long segment. It'll be like 9 minutes. And this happens. I don't know. Maxine's got big story beats on this show, though, is the thing here. I'll cut it down because it is a pretty long segment. Slightly overused. Okay, okay. This doesn't have to be too long because it leads into the other things. Slightly overused. This can be 10 minutes. Yeah! Okay, that's good. Big fucking AJ Maxine pimps angle all in one. Now, what else was going on that show? Oh, I need a main event. So actually, I'm gonna put this earlier on the show. I need a main event. And so, I'm thinking a little, I'm thinking. So on the last show, it was Loomis and Mahal. Yeah, I'm gonna have it be Eric Rowan and Vincent Nero against Lucky Cannon and Chad Parham. And Lucky Cannon is going to get the pin. Actually, no. Chad Parham is going to get the pin on Vincent Nero. That's going to be a nice open match. And at ringside will be everyone. It'll be Jinder Mahal. It'll be Dexter Loomis. It'll be Conrad Tanner. It'll be Dino Carter. And it will be Sid Justice. Everyone will be there. Big match. They're being used too much now. Oh, come on, come on. Slightly overused. Okay, okay, okay. They should be used a lot. They're the main event, damn it. This should be down here. That's good. What else is going on? I have Trophy Hunter stuff on the show. I have Wyatt stuff on the show. I have Pimp stuff on the show. I have Lucky stuff on the show. I have Sid stuff on the show. I have Brad Attitude stuff on the show. I have AJ Lee stuff on the show. I would like some women's tag stuff on the show. And Brooke and Naomi, you're changing gears along with Jenny Cash. Because you people are kind of involved in this scene now. That's Brooke, and that's Naomi. And I'm gonna add a quick team, a Brooke and Naomi team. They don't have a team name or anything. They're not a official team. They're just friends. Like kind of like AJ and Maxine, they're friends. And they kind of form a team for this. And I'm gonna have Brooke and Naomi against um Oksana and Caroline Lieben. Right? Because what did you do last week? Yeah, that's good. And Brooke is going to get the pin on Caroline. That's going to be pretty freaking decisive. Give him like 7 minutes or so. Then the pictures look so much better now. Thank you. I agree completely. I I changed every single picture. I made some myself, and I made sure to pick ones that fit their eras that they're in right now. Not all of them, but as many of them as I could. Like clearly Dexter Loomis is more recent, but that's kind of the character he's portraying here anyway. So Brooke and Naomi versus Oksana and Carolyn, that's great. They win. Tamina and what's her name? The girl Sage Beckett. Tamina and Sage are not over what they said about them last week. Hi, Nicest Man in Comedy. Hello, Jiro. It's cool to see everyone. Tamina and Sage beat down Naomi and Brooke. Yeah, they're still not over what they said last week. They beat them up. not overness. And then you will be a minor defeat, and you will be a minor success. And that can run like 4 minutes or so, it happens. That's good. Last week I had Roman Reigns versus Derek Bateman. I had Tommy Goon versus Grant Hollister. Okay. And Tommy Goon cheated to win that Grant Hollister match. Right, I have an idea. Okay. So, who is not involved in this shit right now? Kind of everyone is the thing. Everyone is involved in a story right now. I could do Biggie. Yeah, I'll do Biggie. Biggie, Carter, and Hollister against Tommy Goon and Tommy Gray. That's good. And then I'm gonna have Biggie pin Tommy Gray, and that'll be nice and open. Maybe that could go a little long. And before that match, Big E and no, Gray and Hollister promo on Tommy Goon bring in Big E to even odds. So Gray and Hollister are pissed about last week. They're trying to make a name in this company. They're trying to show that they can win matches, and it's kind of bullshit when they're outnumbered and being cheated on against. And so they say they've gotten an equalizer. They've picked up an equalizer, and that equalizer is Biggie Langston. And then Tommy Goon come out and they're like, "We can beat you no matter how many people you have. We're just better than you." Match happens. That's great. Ugh, I need more water. Throat's starting to hurt from all this talking. Okay, now. hmm, What is going on now? I've used like everyone on this show. Who am I not using on this show? Oh yeah, Bo. Okay, Bo and the Usos, right. Okay, that makes sense. I'll do a match with that then. Bo Levers versus Usos. At ringside will be Bo and Reigns. How many times have I done this? A bunch. And the Bo Levers always win. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna have the Usos get the win then. Since the Bo Levers always get the win, I'm gonna give the Usos the win. They're gonna try to cheat, but the Usos are gonna get the better of them. And this can go right here. Maybe open the show. And then okay. So Jinder Wyatt promo. Chad Parham joins Team Sid. Bo Levers versus Usos. Tommy Goon promo. Tommy Goon match. Mm, I want this. Hmm. Hold on. I want to change this a little. Maybe just put this before. Let's see. Yeah, actually, yeah. I want so Big E is brought in. Tamina. Tamina. Yes, this match is going to go here in more of the opening slot. I like that better. Um, this promo goes here. This match goes here. That's good. Brad Attitude versus Eddie Kingston. So yeah, this happens right after the Big E match. Is Brad Attitude does the promo on Big E. Big E's not out there anymore. He just had a match. That happens. Then the big vaccine angle with everyone, and then the main event. That's the show. I love that. Okay. So, Jinder and Wyatt's cut a promo. Chad Parham joins Team Sid. They fight. That's great. Brooke and Naomi defeat Aksana and Caroline Lieben. It's just a pretty standard match. Naomi's getting a lot better. Brooke Adams is pretty solid. Tamina and Sage beat down Naomi and Brooke, show them who's boss. Usos defeat Bo Levers when Jimmy Uso pins Derek Bateman. It's good. Jimmy Uso was really way better than Jey Uso there, but I guess he was off his game. Grant Hollister promo on Tommy Goon. Big match with Big E. Big E gets the win for them, which is pretty cool. Brad Attitude cuts a promo. Eddie Kingston beats him real quick. Real quick. Wyatt's take Eddie to the back. Then Big Maxine angle. Queen Maxine defends her title against best friend AJ Lee. They make up. And then they get called out by Jillian and Rachel. And everyone else comes out as well. Big fight, Chris Logan angle. And then the main event, Lucky Kid and Chad Parham defeat the Neo Wyatts. Chad Parham put on a 55, Lucky Cannon put on a 48. This was a 51 match quality. The shows really are getting better. For the first time in a long time, we're getting 50s regularly. I gotta see how that match stacks up to the other ones. They better have loved the show. Pretty good all around, fine. Pretty good, okay. Top 100s. Um, right here, number 7. My 7th best match. Right below Daniel Bryan Caval. That's how you know it's good. And my best match so far this year. We're getting better. And that was with the Wyatts in it, which Eric Rowan, especially, they're not fully formed at this point. They're not on the same level as those other guys. So it's a good sign for WarGames. I'm gonna go fill my water bottle while this advances. All right. Looks like the event is just ending. Okay. Abyss won the X Division Championship. Wow. This happened in real life as well, I'm pretty sure. But that's still fun. Okay, everyone's leaving their other companies, joining mine full time. Chrissy Vane on maternity leave for a year, so that one doesn't really matter. All right, two more shows before War Games, and Wyatt still need a last partner, but maybe we already know who that last partner is. Um, hey Brad Attitude, can you make friends with Chris Logan? Okay, okay. Now, who did I not use last week? Let's find out. I used literally everyone on my roster last week. Holy shit. That's with no dark matches or anything. I used the entire roster in that 2 hours of television. I think that's pretty efficient. That's kind of exactly what I want to be doing. So I'm very happy with that. If I can do that every week, that's perfect. And that was with hiring a bunch of jobbers as well, which I'm gonna have to do all the time. For my women's division. Oh my god! Penelope Carwin is gonna sign with me! Hold on, this is not a drill. Penelope Carwin will sign with me. Oh my god. I mean, she's gotta be a face. That's awesome. She's back. Can I put her in a big match? With, Exana. I don't have a lot of heals. I can just put her in a match with Exana. Yeah, I'll have Penelope. Oh, I have to change her name. Her name is Gemma Palmer? No, it's not. Her name is Penelope Carwin. Oops. This picture for this alter ego is not set up. Yes. All right. This is Penelope Carwin, such a debut fan favorite gimmick. I cannot argue with that. I cannot argue with that. I missed her. I missed her so much. She's had so many independent gigs. I'm proud of her. You know, developing her skills. She's still not great. That's fine. I'm just happy to have her back. She is going to go against Exana, and she's gonna lose. And it's gonna be an open match. And at ringside is going to be Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Camacho, Jillian, Rachel, Leo Kruger, and Brooke Adams. And I want that to go like 10 minutes. I really want to give Penelope Carwin a spotlight on this show. And I want to add an angle with Penelope Carwin, Exana, Sweet Puppy Sanchez, Camacho, Leo Kruger, Brooke Adams, Jillian Bayor, and Rachel Lynn, where they're with Penelope and they're against Exana, and it's awesome. Penelope Carwin's being used too much. Okay. Well, that won't be the case when I build her up to be a star, damn it. But fine, she's being used too much. Okay, I'll take your word on that one. Now, Um, I'm gonna do another. Uh, I don't have many women to do it with. I just don't have a lot of them. It's just these three. Like, okay, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Christy Ricci versus Caroline Lieben. And let's see if Christy Ricci's stamina has improved. Can she go 7 minutes? Can she go 7 minutes? And at ringside will be her girl Jenny Cash. She can! She has improved greatly. That's awesome. And before that, Christy Ricci and Jenny Cash. Ricci and Cash Pro America song. They sing a little ditty about how much they love America, damn it. And I have room for another match, although it couldn't be a long one. I do want Christy Ricci to go longer than usual, though. And I have room for one more match, and I'd like it to be someone versus a jobber. I've been doing this team. I don't think I need to do this team. Brad Attitude. He's been losing, so I want to give Brad Attitude a win against Jonathan Gresham in like a 5 minute match because that's all the time I have on the show. Brad Attitude wins decisively. Oh, I can do 6. Okay. And this is going to be main eventing the show. That's the show. This angle happens. Penelope Carwin makes her big freaking return to NXT. The crowd hated it. She did awful. I'm so happy to have her back. Poor basics, inexperience, poor psychology, low morale, and a poor gimmick. Hold on. Low morale? What's going on? Is it because I fired you? Oh, come on, Penelope. Take WWE's money. We love you. Here's $5,000. I'm so sorry. They love America. Christy Ricci defeats Caroline Lieben by pinfall. Brad Attitude defeats Jonathan Gresham by pinfall. That's great. Okay, so I want an angle where Wyatt unveil their final partner, Eddie Kingston. Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis, and Vincent Nero, and Jinder Mahal, and Eddie Kingston. And they cut a promo on why they're going to win WarGames. And Chad Parham, Lucky Cannon, Sid come out, and they're basically like, "Hey, shut the fuck up." Team Sid argues with them. Um, so yeah, they're basically like, "Okay, fine, you got Eddie Kingston. Doesn't matter to us. We'll beat you. you know, generic fighting bullshit. I want in the main event, I want Sid, Conrad Tanner, and Dino Carter against Eddie Kingston, Eric Rowan, and Vincent Miro. And I want Eddie Kingston to pin Sid. At ringside will be Jinder Mahal, Dexter Lumis, Lucky Cannon, and Chad Parham. The teams are very united right now. They're very united. And honestly, this can go long. That can be a 20-minute segment. No, they hate it. This can be a 15-minute segment, right? Okay, good. That's great. Now, what else am I doing? What else am I doing? Right, Jillian and Rachel was arguing with AJ and Maxine. That turned into an angle with the trophy hunters. There's a lot going on there. So, I want like a big tag match. I'm trying to figure out who to include in that. Yeah, okay, I got it. I got it. Big tag match. Jillian, Rachel, AJ Lee, Queen Maxine, Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Camacho, Leo Kruger, and then this side will be Chris Logan, Percy Watson, and Titus O'Neil. Shane Douglas will be at ringside, and the winner will be Titus O'Neil, pinning Sweet Poppy Sanchez due to manager interference. That's perfect. And I also want a segment with that. Um, um Rosebuds segment. Actually, I'm gonna have a Rosebuds go on safari and make fun of the other team. Like Leo Kruger used to do with Chris Logan. He's gonna do it this time with the Rosebuds, and it's gonna be even more comedic than ever. And they're gonna have a lot of fun. It's just gonna be these six, and they're on safari. Wow. And it's basically a promo on AJ Lee and Chris Logan at its heart. So I guess I'll have those be the two to target it against. Okay, that's good. Now, I want a match with Penelope Carwin. I do. I want her on the show. I want Sage Beckett versus Penelope Carwin. And this is going to be a quick squash. Sage Beckett wins very decisively. At ringside will be Tamina Snuka. It'll be like a 3-minute squash. But before that, Penelope Carwin, big return promo and entrance. she's gonna get a big deal. She's back. She's gonna get like 4 minutes of entrance and promo, being like, I've come back to NXT. They're being used too much. Fuck off. You're being used too much. I'll use him even more. No, that makes Camacho overused. Fine. Alright, Penelope Carwin, big return. Then, Beckett and Sage beat down Carwin, Brooke, and Naomi. Make the save. So they just have a lot of anger in their heart. They're going to beat down Penelope Carwin. And Brooke and Naomi are like, what are you doing? That's our girl. They make the save. You're rating on selling, the rest of you on fighting. That's good. Okay. Um, this can be a big storytelling match. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna put this up here. Right there. That's good. What else have I been doing? Oh, right, Brad Attitude versus Big E. Okay. I'm gonna have a Big E match against, maybe Jinder Mahal. Big E against Jinder Mahal? How much have I done this? 3 times? I've done this a bunch. I'm doing it again. Jinder Mahal beats Big E. It's open, but it's a distraction finish. When Big E is distracted by Brad Attitude. And then, you know, Brad runs away. Big E yells at him and cuts a promo on him. Big E's like, why is this idiot like interfering in my matches and shit? I don't know who he is. He is nobody to me. He needs to leave me the fuck alone. Okay. Then, I'm gonna have Tommy Goon cut a promo on Gray and Hollister. And the promo is basically gonna be like, these losers can't win unless they have Big E to help them. They can't win a match to save their lives. And Gray and Hollister come out, just those two, try to attack Tommy Goon, and Tommy Goon overpower them. So they're basically baiting them into a trap, and it works. It absolutely works. Carter Gray and Shane Hollister. Everyone's going to be rated on entertainment, but you guys are going to get the win, and you guys are not. Just learned that Bobby Roode had to have another spinal fusion. Wouldn't surprise if he's done in ring. That's very sad. I like Bobby Roode a lot. Also, hi Ryan. I'm especially a big fan of Beer Money. I think they're awesome. This here. Okay, I can do this anywhere. I've been doing Usos Believer stuff. So, uh, Roman Reigns versus, I guess just Bo Dallas again. Fuck it. I'm gonna have Bo Dallas win by cheating. At ringside will be Derek Bateman, Wes Briscoe, Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, yeah, that can go like 11 minutes or so. And then after that match, Reigns gets angry and spears each one of the believers. And the Usos will be there as well. They'll be entertaining. Beer Money is probably my second favorite TNA tag team. Who's number one? Because they're probably up there for me as well. Beer Money, absolutely. Derek, West, and Bo. Oh shit! Fuck yeah, Motor City Machine Guns. They're awesome. Very, very good taste. Those are two of my favorites as well. I don't know if they'd be one and two, but honestly, they might be. I could see it. They're so, so good. I'm not a TNA person even, but whenever I did watch TNA, Beer Money always popped me. I think they're awesome. So this is Roman Reigns right on fighting, and you guys right on selling. And I'm gonna give that as a minor success for Roman's team because they're gonna actually kind of make these guys look like chumps. You two will just be rated on entertainment. That's good. The Wolves are also up there. That's fair. They're not up there for me, but I do like them and I respect their style a lot. I think they're very good. And that's getting like everyone on the show as well, again, which I love. Okay, Tommy Goon promo. Brad Jinder, Rosebuds, Penelope Carwin, and then the main event. This seems great. Alright, this is the show. So Wyatt's unveil Eddie Kingston to be their final partner for WarGames. Bo Dallas defeats Roman Reigns by cheating. Roman Reigns gets pissed, and he looks like $1,000,000 when he's beating down the Believers. This is the best he's ever looked. I'm a huge Eddie Edwards mark. Have met him several times at shows. Super nice guy. He is great. He is very great. They both together and solo. They're both such good talents. I've loved watching them wherever they go. I'm not like a big. I'm not big into them, as like characters, but I'm absolutely I will put them over as great talents and great hands any day. Absolutely. Brad runs away, Big E yells at him. Jinder Mahal defeats Big E Langston. Rosebud's Safari making fun of the old Trophy Hunters gimmick and showing that Leo Kruger has better friends than ever because Chris Logan's an asshole. Big 10-man tag in which Titus O'Neil pins Sweet Poppy Sanchez after Shane Douglas interferes. That's good. Penelope Carwin, big return. Sage Beckett defeats Penelope Carwin in 3 minutes. Just squashes her. Naomi and Brooke Adams save her from sheer destruction. And then the main event, Lethal Weapon versus Eddie Kingston and the Wyatts. Eddie Kingston did really well. Eric Rowan is getting better. Vincent Neer was pretty good. This was solid. Eddie Kingston was off his game and pulled off the best performance in the match. Can't argue with that. Cannot argue with that. That's great. Happy with that. Not as good as my last shows, but I didn't have Chad and Lucky working, so that's part of it. They're definitely my ratings guys right now. Um, I'm gonna take you off my short list for now because I plan to hire you like every night. Okay, that's all good. I'm gonna check how Richie Steamboat's doing. Actually, first of all, how's my boy doing? Not great. He is teaming with Mike Manson again, which I think is funny. Or I mean, he's teaming with Bray Wyatt, I should say, which I think is funny. Richie Steamboat, how are you doing? How are you doing? Not great. I'm still not able to sign him. Okay, I figured since I'm able to sign Carwin, I might be able to sign him, but I guess not. Okay. I liked TNA quite a bit for a while, definitely not as much now. I've only had short TNA phases. I liked when Drew Galloway was champion. That was probably my favorite time for TNA because I'm a huge fan of his. So the fact that they made him champion made me watch. He was that much of a draw for me that was like the most regularly I ever watched them when he was champ. TNA's not really my thing, but it comes and goes. I do think they have some good stuff. I appreciate their work rate sometimes. Like AJ and Joe, that shit's awesome. Oh my god, and they made Ron Killings the champion. So, maybe I actually love them because that's my boy. Above anyone, Ron Killings is my guy. So them making him world champion, NWA champion, that's that's all I could ever ask for. And I was pissed that WWE didn't do it. They should have had him go over Cena at Capital Punishment, damn it. The man was a star. His character was so strong at that time. Ah, and he had the skills in ring to back it up. Sorry, I got in another R-Truth tangent. So, go home show before War Games. That's awesome. The teams are all set. I want um Lucky Cannon to become friends with um Shane Hollister. Okay. Most of what I keep up now with is AEW and ROH. I've never been an ROH person. I've seen a few shows here and there, but I could never get into it. I've seen some pretty good matches here and there as well. I haven't caught up with AEW in a while. I don't really keep up with shit right now other than DPW. I'm a big DPW mark. That is where my allegiance lies. I love New Japan, I love AEW, but I am not keeping up with them like I used to. Hmm. Who did I not use last show? I used literally everyone again. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna find somebody for Brad Attitude again. And I think it's gotta be, oh, Chase Stevens relocates. Hello, Chase Stevens. Never mind. I have a tag team. Ooh. Who I mean, obviously Gray and Hollister need the rub. They really do. So that's what's gonna happen. I'm very happy to see Chase Stevens make the move. I only started to watching ROH after Tony Khan bought it. I only learned he bought it like last week, and I think that's insane. Like that blew my mind when I realized that. And you saying it right now even like still catches me off guard. I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I did remember. I did figure that out. I did learn that. That's the word. Learn. Heard of the word learn. Um, Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas. Very cool team to have. Carter Gray is going to pin Chase Stevens. Good way to welcome Chase Stevens to his first match in my company. Yeah, it can be open. It can be open. Give them some offense. Happy to have it. I want Penelope Carwin, obviously, my girl. What do you mean heel? Why would she ever be a heel? Fuck yeah. And then, Xana again, maybe? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna put her. I'm gonna. I'm gonna run it back. Xana versus Penelope Carwin, and Xana's gonna win again, very decisively. And at ringside will be Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Camacho, Leo Kruger, Brooke Adams, Jillian, and Rachel. And I'm gonna do the exact same angle I did last week as well, with Jillian, Rachel, Brooke, Penelope Carwin, Xana, Sweet Poppy Sanchez Camacho, and Leo Kruger. Holy, so many people. I'm doing it to myself by adding more people all the time. And then I think I also kind of just want the exact same show as last week, where uh, yeah, give me Caroline Lieben, and she can job to not Christy Ricci, but Jenny Cash. At ringside will be Christy Ricci, and that'll be a very quick win, like 4 minutes or so. And actually, I can give that a little more time. And before that, Jenny Cash and Christy Ricci song, because that's her gimmick right now, and that's getting her over, damn it. And this is the show. AEW is also responsible for the only show to make me cry with the Brody Lee celebration of life. I cry all the time, so I do not have that. I've cried to a lot of companies. I'm sure Jenny Cash defeats Caroline Lieben. That's a very fair time to cry though. Oh my god. I watched the pay-per-view where Owen Hart died and I could not stop crying the whole time. That really fucked me up. That fucked me up so bad. Not crying for the right reasons, obviously. Not crying because of anything they did. Crying because of fucking watching it. That was terrible. I do not recommend that experience to anyone. Gray and Hollister defeated Douglas and Stevens. I said great ratings, great ratings. All right. This is the go home show. And just thinking about it, just thinking about it. I want so it's Lucky Cannon and Chad. Yeah, I'm gonna do Lucky Cannon and Chad Parham against Jinder Mahal and Eddie Kingston. And Eddie Kingston has been booked to look so strong recently, but Chad Parham is gonna pin. Um, I'm gonna keep Eddie looking that strong. I'm gonna have Eddie take kind of the Mike Manson figure in this match. His partner Jinder is going to lose. Brody's basically the closest to a hometown guy I'll get. You know who my hometown guy is? They're in my company. They're in this company. That's right. You guessed it. Tamina Snuka from Vancouver, Washington. That's my hometown guy. And everyone's gonna be there. Everyone's gonna be there. Meaning Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Vincent Nero, Sid Justice, Conrad Tanner, and Dino Carter. Everyone's there supporting their teams. Chad Parham gets the win. Team Sid celebrates. Team Wyatt beats or attacks. Big Brawl closes the show. Same way I closed the show last year before WarGames is with big 10-man brawl. That's how it's gotta end. Big 10-man brawl. And that has Lucky Cannon, Chad Parham, Conrad Tanner, Dino Carter, Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Vincent Nero, Eddie Kingston. See, I want to put everyone in it. I wish I could put 10 people in it. Uh, Jinder This is fine. This is fine. Am I using anyone too much? No, thank God. Not that it matters that much, but I just like to follow the rules. One of my best friends lives in Vancouver, Washington. Wow, very cool. Yeah, that's where I am from and where I lived most of my life. I now live in New Jersey, but I used to live in Vancouver for a long, long time. Um, I'm gonna have the show open with a no, no. Changing my mind, changing my mind. What did I do last week? Sage Beckett beat Carwin, and then right, okay. I like that. I do like that. Yeah, give me Brooke and Naomi against Collateral Damage with Penelope Carwin and Exana. And Sage Beckett will win by pinning Penelope Carwin. I'm gonna keep this open though. It's not gonna be a one-sided Team Tamina match. Exana's gonna get the brunt of the attack from these three, and these two are gonna kind of clean house. And Penelope Carwin has to eat the pin because that's what she's here for. Okay. Right, I had that Reigns Believers segment. I'm gonna do a segment where, as a New Yorker, I don't think I could ever live in Jersey. I, I deal with it. I deal with it. Believers, are hiding. And there's a segment where they're hiding and they're trying not to make too much noise. They're hiding from Roman Reigns. And then one of Derek Dallas is telling them to shut up, but then Bo is too loud. Reigns hears Reigns kicks their asses again. So basically same shit as last week. Usos are there to back him up, but it's Roman who does the spearing. And that's like a fun comedy segment, but also it puts over Reigns as a huge fucking threat. They are really, really selling that. Ooh, trophy hunters. Ooh, this is gonna be the end of their feud. I've built this one for 3 months. And this is gonna be the big blow off match. Kruger is going to get in the ring without any of his friends, with no rosebuds, challenges Logan to a Hell in a Cell match to end their feud. Logan says, fine, let's do it. It's just them, no entourage. Kruger versus Logan in a Hell in a Cell match will officially be the end of that feud. No, I was doing AJ and Maxine versus Jillian and Rachel. Right, 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 right. Okay, okay. Maxine demands to Kern AJ gets the title shot, not Jillian and Rachel. Karen says, fine, you can all, they can all have, fine, says everyone gets one. So, just like last month, Maxine won the title in that fatal four-way. Um, Now she's upset that she's being put in a fatal four-way with her friend AJ. And AJ's really happy with that. AJ's like, "Oh, that works. That's great. We're so happy now, right?" And Maxine's not looking too happy. She's like, "Uh-oh. Maybe I just made a huge mistake for asking AJ to get the title shot because Steve Kern did not give me what I wanted. Uh-oh." So that will be a four-way at WarGames. Now, what else is going on? Right, I'm doing Big E versus Brad Attitude. Right. Okay. I want Big E against. Can be anyone, really. Literally anyone is fine. Okay, I know who it's gonna be. It's gonna be Sweet Poppy Sanchez. So Big E and Sweet Poppy Sanchez are having a fun match. At ringside will be all the girls: Jillian, Brooke, Rachel, uh, Camacho. Leo Kruger will be absent. He's taken a serious day. Everyone else will be there. The winner is Sweet Poppy Sanchez. And this will be because I'm gonna call that kind of an intentional count out, I guess. Because Brad Attitude's gonna keep trying to distract him and interfere. He's gonna come out, he's gonna do stupid shit the whole match, and then uh Big E's just gonna get sick of it and start chasing him. And he's gonna chase him to the back. And then I'd like to give that a little more, like this much, because that'll be a good match. And then Big E chases Attitude to the back, and he steps into a trap. He gets, you know, shit thrown on him, like boxes and shit. Shit thrown on him. By surprise. I think that's the best way to put it. And then Attitude gets away. So that's Brad Attitude getting the jump on him. Okay, what else is going on? Right, the franchise. The franchise angle is happening. They are going up against the Rosebuds with. Okay, yeah, right, okay. Well, I'm already doing Rosebud stuff. I was doing Tommy Goon versus Grand Hollister. Okay. Have I done Grand Hollister versus the franchise? No, I have not. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm having Percy Watson get the win over Shane Hollister due to interference. by Tommy Goon. And I'm just gonna make sure they all interfere. Tommy Mercer, Tommy Gray, and Tommy Taylor. Tommy Goon's gonna fuck them up. And after that, Tommy Goon and Franchise beat down Gray and Hollister. Pimp's save. Okay. So that would be Tommy, 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 uh, Percy, Titus, Shane, and then Gray, and oh my god, there's so many people. Like, I can't do them all. Is this enough? That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Then the people I'm not using are Ron Zapata, really? Sometimes they just choose a ref not to book. Now Goose Mahoney isn't being used. I'm using like 2 refs. I'm using like 1 ref. That's funny. Caroline Lieben, Christy Ricci, who are just jobbers. Everyone's a jobber except for Jenny and Christy. So I'm gonna have let's do Flake and Garrett. Which I've done this before. Kristen Flake and Santana Garrett against Freedom Force. And it's basically going to go the same way. Christy Ricci pins, I guess, Kristen Flake very decisively. Like a 5-minute match. They're not going to get their song promo because there's limited time on this show, and I like these matches and segments going long. But I need to order this now, so this is the main event. I'm happy with this Kruger stuff being here, this being here, Bo Lever's segment. I can move this up. Actually, I'll move this up as well. Like right here. Maxine, Tommy Goon. So this is gonna open the show, the Maxine stuff. Then the franchise match, then Big E. Then Flake and Garrett, then the Bo Lever stuff, then the women's match, Kruger main event. Great. Perfect. This is the show. That match is booked. Grand Hollister versus the franchise. The franchise wins because of interference from Tommy Goon. Tommy's, big fight. Big fight. Sweet Poppy Sanchez defeats Big E Langston, so he kind of stays in the ring for his match. Everyone else leaves. Well, not everybody else leaves, but the other team leaves. They're like, whatever. And he's like, I have a match. And then Big E leaves during this match to fight Brad Attitude. Freedom Force defeats Flake and Garrett. That's good. Bo Lever's get their ass kicked again. That's awesome. Penelope Carwin has a big six-man tag match. She was the weak link, of course, but I'm happy with that. Logan Kruger is booked in a Hell in a Cell match to officially end that story. Lucky and Chad defeat Jinder and Eddie when Chad submits Jinder. Eddie doing amazing. I'm very happy to see that. Boosted everyone up to a 49. Chad putting on the best performance as well. It's very nice. And then, big brawl to end the show. All right, Xana's re-signing. That's good. I am going to sim and go to the bathroom real quick. BRB. All right, it's time for War Games. And now with these long shows, these 90-minute shows, it takes me 2 hours to book 4 shows. To book 4 weeks of NXT. It's interesting. Oh shit, Johnny Curtis is getting a job! Good for you, Johnny Curtis. Good for you. Very proud. He deserves it. Okay. You know what? I'm putting Gemma back on my. Oh, I was looking at rookies before. I'm putting Gemma back on my short list. Even though it'll tell me I picked her up every show, I want her. I want updates on her. If something happens, I want updates. Jillian and Rachel, can you be friends? Oh wait, they're already friends. They would be best friends. Be fun, right? Worth a shot. Okay. The big match is the WarGames match. That's going to be Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Vincent Nero, Jinder Mahal, Eddie Kingston, Sid Justice, Conrad Tanner, Dino Carter, Lucky Cannon, and Chad Parham. Big fucking match. That'll run like 40 fucking minutes. And I have a few options for the winner. I have a few options. And I'm just trying to think of the implications of each answer. Hmm. That one's interesting. I don't think I'm gonna do that. How many times have I done Jinder Mahal Lucky Cannon? I've done it a few times. I've done it a few times. Okay. Okay. I want Eddie Kingston. Again, the ringer on the Wyatt's team is what gets them the win over Sid Justice. The Wyatts win again. Amazing. They're being used too much. Fuck off. You're being used too much. Okay. Now I have a Hell in a Cell match to book. Let me see what they'll allow me to book. Um, so is Hell in a Cell even an option in here? Not really. I'll make one. 1v1 Hell in a Cell. 1v1 but in a cell and also in hell. Match prestige very high. Minimum fed size any. Non-wrestling. They're like 5 minutes. And then there's no DQs, no countouts. I guess time limit and stoppage are fine. Um, yeah, that's everything there. Steel cell, one fall, held in a ring. I mean, there don't have to be weapons. They're under the ring, as always. Okay. Basic match, no. Default match, yes. Has name value, yes. It's gonna tell me what to do for my content and injury, so it has to be at least low content risk. And I assume it has to be at least low injury risk. They don't let me do matches above a certain injury risk. Otherwise I would edit things. So Leo Kruger and Chris Logan are officially going to end their feud. And I've got to decide who to have win this one. They're both got the same kind of popularity going on. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it to Leo Kruger. I am. I'm gonna have the face win the feud. As much as I want to make this something cool in the match notes, I'm not going to. My roster can't handle matches like that. How long can they go though? Like, how long can they go? I would love them to go this long. It'll probably be like, oh, it got disjointed because they don't have psychology. But like, if they did like a nice slow build, like a nice slow build, maybe? Poor in-ring performances or low psychology will create penalties. Ugh, ugh. It would be so nice to make a match like that. Just like a nice 20-minute fight. And then you could do a slow build, right? There's like keep the people with high psychology in the ring, right? Right? Slow build. It's a long fucking match, so it only makes sense. I'm gonna make that one a slow build. I don't care. Fucking big, long matches for those. Queen Maxine, AJ Lee, Jillian, and Rachel in a big title match for the women's championship. And I want this to go a long time. And the winner is going to be AJ Lee winning her title back when she pins Rachel Lynn. And this will definitely be a storytelling match, telling the story of AJ and Maxine. And after the match, I'm gonna have. Wait, Goose Mahoney might have slightly too much refereeing to do? I booked 3 matches! Jesus. Like, I get that this is a long one, but come on. Okay, after this match, actually, first of all, I want a Kruger Logan video package slash music video. Because they have a long feud, and it's a big feud, and they deserve a fucking music video for that. And that's going to end that story as well. Trophy Hunters Implode. I remembered what it was called. Trophy Hunters Implode. I'm going to do a match. It's a 2v2. And it's a women's tag team championship match with Brooke and Naomi against Collateral Damage. And the winners are Collateral Damage, of course. I felt like that one was fairly obvious. Nope, wrong title. That's fine. Is that all my titles? It's NXT and Tag Team, which are both, you know, Cage Wars people. And then Tamina Maxine. Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's good. I guess this can be a cool down match a little bit, as much as it can be. After that match, Maxine, AJ, and Maxine celebrate until Maxine finally gets sick of it and attacks AJ with the title. That's no success or defeat for anyone because that's just rage. That's not productive in any way. You know, giving everything a lot of time. I've built these stories. I think they deserve proper nice payoffs. Give me Usos and Reigns, the bloodline, against the Believers. And I've never done this match. I'm making Roman look real strong. And he's against Bo has warm momentum. He's doing good. Bateman, yeah. Okay, cool momentum. You know, Bo's the popular one. I'll give him the win over Bo. I'll keep that. No, I won't. No, I won't. I want Roman to look so good. I want him to look very, very believable when he spears the shit out of him. And that's nice. That's just nice. Rod Zapata hasn't been booked out. It's interesting how they book the refs at random. Oh, there he is. Never mind, he's good now. Brad Attitude versus Biggie Langston. I mean, I'm I'm gonna give Brad Attitude the win by cheating. Biggie's gonna look dominant throughout that match, and Brad Attitude's gonna win by cheating, and Biggie's gonna be pissed. Big E beats down Brad Attitude. I will call this one a success and a defeat because he didn't get away like he usually does. Um, franchise I was doing against. I gotta remember real quick. Gray and Hollister? No. I was doing them against the Pimps. Right, okay. So, because they're down a member for this match. Actually, hold on. I gotta check who I'm booking before I decide on these surprises or not. Because I want Sweet Puppy Sanchez Camacho, Tommy's, Shane. Yeah, there's no loose people. There's no loose people. So I want Grandmaster Sexay. He is going to team with them because that's fun. He fits into the stable perfectly, I feel. It's Grandmaster Sexay, Sweet Poppy Sanchez, and Camacho against Shane Douglas, Titus O'Neil, and Percy Watson. And let me see how these people are doing. Shane Douglas, Percy Watson, and Titus O'Neil, respectively. Shane Douglas is really struggling. I'm going to give Shane Douglas the win over Grandmaster Sexay. That'll be nice and open. At ringside will be Jillian, Rachel, Brooke. Leo is not going to be there. 10-minute match. Okay. Sauna. How are my women doing? Right. Give me Penelope Carwin. And she's still gonna be a face. And she's going to team with Axana against Freedom Force. And Christy Ricci is going to pin Penelope Carwin. And before this match, I'm going to do a segment with it's going to be the usual people: Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Camacho, Jillian, Rachel, Brooke. It's going to be Penelope Carwin, Axana, Leo Kruger's not going to be there. And Steve Kern. And Steve Kern is going to tell, in this weird comedy segment, Steve Kern is going to tell Penelope Carwin that she's going to have to team with Oksana tonight. She's not very happy to hear that. And this is going to be due to a partner miscommunication finish caused by Oksana. Right, that makes sense. Alright, that should be good. Jillian and Rachel are being used too much now. I don't care. Let them be used too much. I don't care. They could be used too much. Okay. What else is going on? It's literally just the Tommy Goon match now. Right, okay. I'm gonna have it be Gray and Hollister against um I guess Mercer and Taylor. Have I done this one? I have not. Okay, good. So I'm gonna do Greg and Hollister versus Mercer and Taylor. At ringside will be Gray. And the winner will be actually how are you two doing? Not great. Not great. Okay, that's fine. Carter Gray is gonna get the win over it was Tommy Mercer, I think. Tommy Taylor, I was wrong. Tommy Taylor. Tommy Taylor's doing better, and I want to kind of even that out. So the story of this match is that they keep trying to cheat, and they get a lot of cheats off, but Gray and Hollister managed to prevail despite that. Yeah, that's the story for that. That's putting everyone on the show. Love it. I'm not gonna do any dark matches. We're just gonna go straight into the show, and let me order that real quick as well. I like this here, this here, this here. I'll do Big E Brad Attitude here. Bloodline versus Believers here. No, actually, hold on. This here. Gray and Hollister versus Tommy Goon opening the show. Bloodline Believers. Sexy and Pimp Daddies versus the franchise. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I like this. Okay. This is the show. And I'm running it. Sorry, I'm just clicking on things. Okay. Okay. I'm running it. Grand Hollister defeated Tommy Goon. It went fairly well. Big Angle Kern Books match. Freedom Force defeats Oksana and Carwin. That's good. Bloodline defeats Believers when Roman Reigns goes crazy. Jey Uso's gimmick is getting stale. That's honestly very fair. Can I just tweak it though? It can still be tweaked further. There we go. I'll deal with that later. Alright. Franchise defeated Grandmaster Sexay and Pimp Daddies when Shane Douglas pinned Grandmaster Sexay. Brad Attitude defeated Big E Langston after cheating. Brad Attitude actually did way better than Big E in the ring, too. Big E beats down Brad Attitude. Collateral Damage defeated Brooke and Naomi after Sage Beckett pinned Naomi Knight. A lot of people were off their game. The match didn't have a great flow. But Tamina and Brooke actually put on pretty good performances. Brooke is really, really getting there. Kruger Logan video package. And the big blow-off match. Leo Kruger defeats Chris Logan in the Hell in a Cell match, officially ending this feud for now. AJ Lee takes back her title in this four-way, the same way Maxine won it last month. Maxine attacks AJ with the title, upset that her friend stole her title. She only had a month reign. Very upset about that. Eddie Kingston pins Sid Justice in the WarGames match. It had a 49 rating. I'm very happy with that. A lot of good performances. Some not so good ones, but that's fine. Chad Parham put on a 58. Man is doing incredible. So proud of all my people. A lot of people struggled with that. That's fine. I'm happy with the show. I mean, obviously, Chad Parham needs to be praised for a great performance. You're the man. You did it. Eddie Kingston, praised for a great performance. Lucky Cannon, you're awesome. Great show. Great show. Oh, that was a lot of work to build up that one. A lot of work running that month. Our upgrading as our merch is now professional. So this month, Lucky Cannon's been selling some good merch. Chad Parham's been selling a little. Dusty Rhodes selling a ton. Dusty Rhodes, which is me, is by far our biggest merch seller, and he's just a commentator. Lucky Cannon, Dino Carter, and Sid Justice sold a little last week. Sid Justice, I don't know how you sell $4 a merch. Like, what the fuck Sid Justice merch sold for $4? I guess it probably sold for like $10, but we got like $4 of profit because of manufacturing costs, would be my guess. Okay, they want me to stay a professional. That's fine. I'm okay with that. You produce worker specific merchandise for your major stars, and well-known workers. Limited to selling it in your home area. Oh. All defense by selling them on DVD. That's pretty good. Yeah, I liked that. I'm glad to have been upgraded. You know, Mike Manson has relocated. Good for him. I hope he does better in, WWE than he is now. Champions, Lucky Cannon, Wyatt's, Tamina and Sage, and new champion. I think this is the first two-time champion with any belt. Tamina has won two different belts. She was the first to win two different belts. But AJ Lee is the first one to win one belt twice. Fun fact. Which I think is very interesting that they were both women to pull off those feats first. I guess it makes sense since the roster for the women is smaller, so I have less to work with. I think that does make sense. And only one woman has ever been called up, so I think that also makes sense because they've been sticking around longer. They have had more chances to do that. I think I will be done now. I, like yesterday, I thought I might stream something else. I think I will today because I'm less busy today. Yesterday I had a lot to do, and today I still have things to do, but I have less to do. So I think I'm gonna end this stream and just maybe stream something else a little later once I, eat lunch and take care of things. Shawn Michaels won the title at WrestleMania. Good for him. Undertaker kept up his streak against CM Punk at WrestleMania 27. Good for him. Good for CM Punk finally getting that WrestleMania main event he deserves. Good for CM Punk. CM Punk putting on a 100, Mark Calloway putting on an 80. Shawn Michaels defeated Randy Orton and John Cena in a pretty fucking good match. Batista beat Drew McIntyre. Hopefully that means Drew's getting a push higher on the card. Ted DiBiase Jr. beat Sheamus. Triple H beat Big Show. Wild Riders. Who are Wild Riders? Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. Natalia beat Tiffany. Mickey James beat Rosie Mendez. Maurice beat Gail Kim. Kane and Matt Hardy and MVP beat Heath Slater and Mike Knox and Matt Cardona. Kelly defeated Alicia Fox, and on the pre-show, a bunch of shit happened. That's where my people go, apparently. Daniel Bryan defeated Garrett Bischoff. Who's Courtney Taylor? Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I really know you. Hurricane beat Bray Wyatt? Come on. Why you gotta be like that? Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Was just distracted with that. Um, that's the stream. See ya.